folks, thanks for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we're going to be doing yet another Halloween spooky kind of rock. This is mold number 3 from the Happy Dotting Company. If you want to check out her shop, please check out the description below. I do have a link there, and she's got a lot of amazing stuff. So definitely go check her out. And the other shop to check out is the Dotting Center. So I just used one of her tools to make the moon in the background on this, and great tools. My favorite, my go-tos. All of my other tools I barely use anymore because I use just this set. So definitely go check her out. Link is also in the description below. And if you go there, make sure to use my 10% discount code, and you'll get 10% off anything that you purchase from her. So, to the rock. So, what I did was I started off with a black base coat, and then I put on 2 coats of the orange. Now, this is a new orange, I believe it's tangerine, and I wanted to give it a try. So, I really like the color of it. And then I used a yellow for the moon. Now I'm just sketching on some kind of creepy branches and putting things where I kind of want them to be. And I'm using pencil because the tangerine paint actually is a gloss paint. So the pencil doesn't put the indents into the paint if you let it dry all the way. And I found that the charcoal pencil just didn't show up as well, so that's why I'm using pencil. But it comes off with an eraser and it does not remove the paint, so that's a great thing. If it does remove the paint, that's when I suggest to go to using a damp cloth because that will also remove it as well, but not the paint. Anyways, so here I am, I'm just sketching it out. I'm doing a branch on the left and a branch on the right, and I'm going to have a creepy little spider hanging from a web that he has created between the 2 branches, but I don't really make them too creepy because I find spiders are fascinating. I can't believe how they can create such a intricate net or web to catch their prey. It's just amazing. And then as soon as it's damaged, they go and they fix it up. It's just their their ethics. Oh, I'm having a hard time talking today. Their work ethics is just amazing to me. Anyways, so back to my painting here. So I'm using black paint and my fine lining brush. If you want to know how to make your own fine lining brush, I do have a tutorial on that. So definitely go and check that out. But here I am. I painted on the basic shape, and now I'm just sort of letting the paintbrush glide along and making these little bumps, whatever. It's kind of like a bumpy bark, and I do put on some light aspects on it a little bit later. But I really wanted it to look kind of creepy. It reminds me actually of the tree or the swirl from Nightmare Before Christmas. One of my favorite movies, but definitely gives me the vibe from that, and maybe that's why I'm painting it this way because that's in my head. I don't know, but regardless, I really like the looks of it and did it for both sides. So here I am now, I'm doing the other one on the right, and where my pencil marks were, I kind of lost sight of them, figuratively and physically. So I just went ahead with wherever the paintbrush wanted to go, and it turned out really cool. So I'm actually very happy that it did that. So anyways, just made these little bumps on it, thickened up some of the curly Q branches that are coming off of it, just to give it a little bit more of a creepy look, adding a few things. And you can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. This is just where my creativity was taking me on the day that I painted this. So do whatever you want. You don't even have to use orange as a background. If you want to keep in with the spider kind of thing, a purple background would be really nice. Maybe a yellow background with a bit of orange in it. Totally up to you. The colors that I do use are listed in the description below, both the brand name and the color name. So if you have these in your stash, I urge you to try them out and see how they work for combinations. If you don't need to go out and buy them. Like find whatever you have in your stash, make it yours, do you. And I'm sure whatever you choose, whatever you have available to you is going to be absolutely gorgeous. And I'd love to see it. So when you're done watching the video, hop on over to my Facebook page. There is a link in the description below. There you can post pictures of your renditions or your creations or your artwork. I'd love to see it. It's probably the best compliment that I, as an artist, could get is to see others using the same technique and adding their own flair to it. And that's what this is all about. This is why I'm here. I want you guys to learn a little bit of tips and tricks that I can share with you that I've learned throughout the years and pass them on to you. But it would be a huge thank you if you showed me how you applied those tips and tricks. Not saying you have to, but I'd love to see it. The best way to let me know that you like this video is by giving me the thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and then you won't miss any of the content. And make sure that you ring the bell for the notifications to let you know when I do post new stuff. I do try every Friday. Sometimes I add a little extra, maybe one in between the week, or sometimes I will put two of them up on the Friday. You just never know, but I do make sure that I get at least one out for you every week. But I have lots for October. So I will be posting a lot in the next few days between now and the 31st. So, and I've already posted two. If you haven't seen them, go check them out in my listing of my videos. And I've got a couple more, maybe three, that I'm almost done editing and getting ready to post. So keep an eye out for that. But I love this time of year. I love Halloween. I know it's not an official holiday, but a lot of people call it a holiday. I just love the feeling of being able to let go of yourself, be who you want to be for one day. And I don't mean like be who you want to be in life. I mean for that one day. So dressing up and having fun with your friends, Halloween parties, or taking your children out trick-or-treating. There's so many things that you can do on this one particular day, and there's so much hype for it, and it's so much fun. So I hope you all enjoy these tutorials that I'm providing for you, and that Halloween is enjoyed just as much by you. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Maybe a favorite costume that you had when you were growing up, or maybe a funny story of a party or something that happened to your family during Halloween. Just something fun and quirky. I'd love to hear it. So leave me a comment below. Be awesome. Okay, enough with that. So back to the painting. So I've done the body of the spider and letting it dry, and now I'm doing the web. So if you think about how a spider web is built, it has all of these long silk threads that form almost like an umbrella. And then the spider has to make sure that those are connected so that they stay in place. So then they put in these cross threads to hold them all together. But they all come to a point where everything is held together. So you don't see the point in my painting here, but that's what I'm doing. So when I drew, or sorry, I painted the long threads, I made them go onto angles so that they looked like they were going to be joining up together in this central part. And then I just made the small joining threads sort of kind of like a hump or curved, because if you look at a spider's web, that's how they're done. And I think now this is just me thinking outside the box because I'm not a spider expert by any means, but I think the reason why they do that is so that it has the flexibility to move and it gives vibrations when there is a fly that has landed into the web and the spider can come out and knows from the vibration. Anyways, again, not an expert, but I just find them fascinating. Anyway, so now we got to put on some legs. So this guy is holding on to the thread that's hanging down from the tree branch that comes connected to his web. So spiders have 8 legs. So 2 of them usually are longer and are at the back. So I've made 2 of them, one on or 2 on each side, to bring the spider up so that it's connected and holding on to the tree branches, his spider web, or like the string from the spider web. And then the other 2 legs are usually front facing so that they can use those for when they're wrapping up their prey and they use their front legs to move it really quickly while they're spinning it up into the silky thread that they use. So that's why I did this way. And I really wanted the spider to be the focal point rather than the tree branches or the spider web. That's all kind of put in there as a whole, but I really wanted the central point to be the spider. So I was really, really paying attention to how I painted him, made sure that his legs were kind of symmetrical, because he's just hanging there, really, just hanging around. So I wanted to make sure that he was hanging on so he doesn't fall. Anyways, so I put a couple of little feet on the bottom of his front 2 legs there. I don't know if that's real or not, but that's not what this is all about. This is something fun and Halloweeny, that kind of stuff. So put a couple of eyeballs on them there. I will go back and put in some black spots once those white dots have dried, just to give them some googly looking eyes. And yeah, so now I'm going in with a gray paint. I think this is again the gray that I had mixed white and black together to make the color of gray that I wanted. I have lots of gray colors, but when I've got the black and white already out, I might as well just use them. So you can make it any color that you want, like different shades of gray or all that kind of stuff. So I just go on and I know where my light source is. It's the moon that's in behind and it's up to the top right. So I know that everything will be shining on an angle from that. So everything that is top left, that I want kind of as a rule of thumb. But that doesn't mean you're limited. You can do whatever you want. You can put some on the bottom. It gives the illusion that maybe part of that branch is sticking out further than the rest, so it's catching a little bit of that light. You can put some on the bottom rather than on the top, because again, maybe the branch has twisted and you don't see the twist unless you put the light source on there. Just be creative with it. Do whatever you feel is needed on your painting or however you want to put it. This is yours. Just just make it any way that you want to. So I just finish off with mine by putting in a few more light sources, and then I use one of my smaller tools from the dotting center to add the black dots on the pupil, and then he's ready for resin. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.